Hello, and thanks for stopping by to pick up a useful tip for purchasing a new home. My name is Aaron Wilson. I'm the CEO of My Mortgage Trainer and founder of the understandmortgage.com site. And I have a couple really fantastic professionals with me today that you're going to want to get to know. I have Jenny Geist, who is a professional real estate agent, and Brian Oberg, who is a professional mortgage loan originator. Hey guys, how are you today?
Great, Aaron. How you doing?
Doing fantastic. So our viewers come to this website to look for helpful tips from professionals like you guys. And so my question for you guys today is, can you give us an idea of what helpful tip that you have to provide to our viewers today as it relates to purchasing their first home?
Absolutely. And I'm going to chime in before Brian starts because the absolute most important part before you actually start this process, and really the most important part before you even start searching on your realtor.coms and your Trulias and any other site, syndicated site that you might be looking at, you've got to find a mortgage loan officer who can get you pre-approved so you understand where you are in terms of purchase price, so that you don't fall in love with that property that you can't actually afford. So that was my claim to fame right there. So I'll turn it over to Brian and he'll kind of, dive into a little bit more of the process, but that is number one key right there. Absolutely. Before the search begins.
And thank you. No, Jenny's spot on. So pre-qualification is the very first step. You need to know where you are, both with what your purchasing power is, how much can you afford, but then also what's your mortgage could be each month, because sometimes they're not always the same. And in today's market, with today's interest rates, quite often they're different. And it all starts with the loan application. It allows us to kind of pull your credit, see where you stand, analyze your income, and make an informed decision on what that purchasing power is, what you can afford based on your debt to income, and then make the decision if we can get you pre-qualified. Then the next step's really on you. We will be asking for certain documents. We'll be asking for 30 days pay stubs. We'll be asking for W-2s. Tax returns, depending on if you're a W-2 employee or if you're a 1099, contractor or self-employed. We'll be asking for bank statements. All these things come into play on what goes into your ability to purchase that home. Once we collect these documents, and the faster you can get them to us, the faster we can make a decision. We can take you, run it through our process, and get you to the pre-approved. Once we can get you pre-approved, you'll know exactly how much money you can spend. You'll have a pretty good idea of what your mortgage is going to be. There's some variables that we can't control. Your homeowner's insurance cost is one. We'll estimate your taxes. We usually go a little high because it's better to say, hey, your taxes are $1,000 a year and come back with good news that they're only $750 versus the other way around. But once we get you pre-approved, then we send you back over to Jenny, and then you can go all over those great sites and find that dream home.
Absolutely. And once you've started that process and you've gotten the pre-approval, in today's market, it's even more important to have that pre-approval letter in hand and ready to go so that I can get a copy of it, so that should we find that forever property that you're ready to make an offer on, we can submit that pre-approval letter with our offer. In today's market, with so much demand and very, very light supply, it's almost a necessity at this point in time in order for your offer to be truly considered and well received, to have that pre-approval letter attached to your offer.
Awesome. Very good information. Very good information. Are there any other little tips that you can provide to a first-time home buyer? I know a lot of times people, they have good intentions, as far as doing something, but maybe they don't understand all of the different steps that it takes, or regarding, their finances and things like that. But sometimes, we tend to get in our own way, if you know what I'm saying, right? And so if you guys had, like, either one of you or both of you, if you had just a tip from the mortgage side and the real estate side of just like one thing that I would say is maybe a don't do or definitely do, either one, your choice. But from both sides, is there anything that you can think of that just pops off in your head right now when I said that and you're like, oh, I've got a really good tip?
So I've got 3 tips on what to do.
What did I do?
Number 1 is communicate. Number 2 is communicate. Number 3 is communicate. And remember that your loan officer and your realtor are there as a team to help you out.
Yes.
So you've got to communicate with both of us. And a lot of times when I'm asking for additional information, if we're not getting that communication back, I will absolutely go to Jenny and say, hey, we need help getting this information, because it's only going to move the process along faster. We can close only as fast as you provide the information you need to us. And again, that comes back to the communication.
Right. So that is a very big key there is communication. I would say the biggest don't, or a couple big don'ts in terms of this, once you have gotten, especially once you have gotten through the pre-approval process, that's an all but certainty, assuming that you don't do these next things. Don't change jobs. Don't go out and buy a new car. Don't go finance rooms full of brand new furniture for this house that you've fallen in love with, because they're advertising 0% interest and no payments for 120 days or however long it is. That might be the case, but it's still going to show up on your credit. So anything that like that, any significant changes like that will completely wipe that pre-approval right off the table, and it'll kill the deal for you. So definitely any of those big changes, don't do them. Just wait till you get to the closing table, and then hop, skip, and a jump to whatever you want to do the next day. But wait till you get to the closing table and get the keys first.
Okay, and I can tell you guys from being in this industry for many, many years, hence the highlights in the beard, that these are really, really good tips, and certainly something that as a consumer, if you're watching this right now and you're thinking about buying your first home or a new home, or refinancing your existing mortgage, or selling your current home, that these are fantastic tips from 2 really good professionals out there in your marketplace. So having said that, you guys work in and around what areas?
So we are we're located in Elizabethtown, but we both service all of the surrounding areas. So that's going to be your E-Town, your Rineyville, Radcliffe, Fort Knox, Bardstown, Shepherdsville. I even go all the way up to, I am a member of the Louisville MLS, so I do work some up in Louisville as well. So kind of, we like to call it the heart of Kentucky, is kind of what we like to signify that as. But yes, that's surrounding all those surrounding areas.
Awesome. So how would a consumer, potential buyer, a potential refinancer, a potential purchaser that's watching this video, how would they, what's the best way for them to communicate with you guys?
So we both have professional business pages. Obviously, we're very active on Facebook. We do have both have business pages on Facebook, so you can contact us that way. We'll also drop our personal contact information in the comments in this video, so we'll have cell phone numbers and email addresses as well. Because Facebook's great, but we're all busy, so cell phone and email work very well.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, we're about at our time right here for our little show, our little clip. And I was just wondering if there's any closing statements that either one of you would like to make to anyone watching this video.
I would say just, be prepared for the journey of buying a home. It is a stressful event. Making a multi-$100,000 purchase is significant in your life, but just know that whatever your realtor or your loan officer is asking you for, it's in your best interest.
Absolutely.
We're here to help you achieve that goal of that home purchase. And so when we communicate to you, it's for a very specific reason, is to help you achieve that goal.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Great comments. Well, listen, I appreciate your guys' time today. Again, we will leave the contact information for both Brian and Jenny for those of you guys out there looking to buy a home, buy your first home, buy another home, sell your existing home, refinance your existing mortgage. That I know personally they would love to help, and I would highly recommend both of their services. I appreciate your guys' time today. I hope anybody watching this video enjoys the helpful tips, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next show. Take care.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.